How you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
You? I'm in better mood than I was last time I talked to you kids. Okay.
Do you like to draw?
You know, I don't know if you ever say if you like it or if you don't like it, because it never plays out the way that you had envisioned it. And I learned that because I used to say, hey, I like this or I don't like that, and it doesn't really matter. I don't think that Detroit is an easy first round game. I think when you think of 2 and 15s in the past, you certainly don't see Detroit being on that line. So they're very capable. I've seen them play only a couple of times, but I know they're coached well, and of course we recruited their best player, I know that they're capable. But we're excited to be where we're at, and I don't know if there's any advantage at all of being close, but I would think from a fan perspective, Omaha, with the potential of being in St. Louis, would be good for everybody.
When you have seen Detroit play, what did you learn about them?
Well, I didn't study. I mean, when I watch teams play, I don't take notes. In December or January,
Sure.
you're just watching TV. So, but we'll get a good book on them. But I do know that they got 5 guys averaging double figures, and Ray is good enough to play for anybody anywhere, and certainly whoever guards Elijah or Tyshawn have a big challenge ahead.
Coach Seth Davis says he likes the toughness of your team. Could you address that toughness?
Well, I don't totally disagree with Seth. If he said that, I didn't hear it, but I don't totally agree with him either. I think there's times that we play really, really tough, and I think there's times that we don't. I thought in Kansas City we did not. I didn't think we guarded the entire two days over there. So we're going to have to certainly tighten a few things up in that area, because I think when we do really guard and rebound, which I think are 2 key elements of toughness, and then our team takes a whole different dimension than when we don't. So I think we have potential to be a very tough team. We just need to be really tough from every point going forward, as opposed to picking and choosing like we've done the last couple of weeks.
Coach, what about not getting the #1 seed? A lot of people felt like the Big 12 was a round-robin schedule and the non-con schedule would play that would be enough to get the #1, or Missouri get #1.
You know what? You could make that case that somebody from the Big 12 would deserve a 1 seed. But I would also say this: for us to get a 1 seed, or Missouri to get a 1 seed, you got to take somebody off the 1 line. Who do you take off? And to be honest with you, I think that would be a hard call. So that happens sometimes. We've been a 1 seed the last 4 out of 5 years going into this year. And of course, everybody likes to be a 1 seed, but after the initial question is, how does it feel to be a 1 seed? It's totally irrelevant from that point forward. So, I don't know that I'm not. If we wanted to guarantee ourselves being a 1 seed, we would have played better in Kansas City, because we put ourselves in position to be one. Without question, and then we just didn't play as well as we could have over there.
When you watch the selection, so you see a lot of teams that you guys have played through non-conference and obviously conference play and stuff. Is this about as tested of a group from that standpoint as you've gone into?
I would think that we played a pretty hard schedule. I get a kick out of sometimes when they say certain teams' record or this and that against the top 50, and well, you could have played 5 games against 45 to 50, or certain teams or a certain record against the top 25. Well, you could have played 20 through 25. One thing about our schedule, for the most part, I mean, hey, we're playing number 2, we're playing number 3, we're playing number 5. We're playing Georgetown. I think Duke was in the top 5 when we played them. I mean, that was a monster schedule for us, and so I think that question that you raised, I think, was very good for us in Big 12 play, because I don't think we go 16-2 in Big 12 play if we hadn't lost some games probably to a really tough schedule non-conference.
With the game in Omaha, is there any advantage to traveling in a bus rather than having to get on a plane?
Oh no, we're not going to get. We're trust me. It's if it's under 4.5 hours, we're getting on a bus. So we'll certainly bus to Omaha without any hesitation.
Is that an advantage, though, not having to get on a plane?
I think you guys are making way too much out of nothing. Whenever you leave on a Wednesday and you play on Friday, I don't see any advantage one way or another. The kids will be rested and fired up, ready to go.
Bill, you've taken young teams and veteran teams into the tournament. How much advantage is it having a guy like Tyshawn who's been around and some of these guys who've been around?
I would think the advantage is that there's no safety net for Tyshawn or Connor, in that, you know, hey, the next loss is the last game. And that's the way it is for all seniors across America in the tournament. So, you know, I think there is a point of urgency or a purpose that guys will play with, because nobody ever wants it to end. And of course, you can't go into a tournament thinking, I don't want it to end. You go into it thinking, hey, we're going to advance. Because when you say, I don't want it to end, that puts a negative connotation on it, that losing is part of the equation. We won't ever talk about that. Our talk will be, hey, looking forward to playing and can't wait to get to the game. But I do think with seniors, the sense of the finality of it is something I think that probably motivates a lot of teams. I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know if it's, sometimes young kids don't know they don't know. So I don't know if there's an advantage or not.
Coach McCallum is a fan of yours. So he was in Oklahoma, talked about, you know, they're the program we're pursuing and the way they play defense. We really admire it. You know, obviously with Coach Sampson. What's your relationship with him? And is he a Sampson? Does he play defense like Sampson?
You know, I don't know. Ray's been around a long time. And of course, he was the head coach at Houston. And you know, he's a heck of a player himself. And I do know Ray. Curtis knows Ray better than me. He's a really, really nice man, and he's a really good coach. No question about that. And he was able to convince the mother of his best player that Detroit would be the best place for him to go to school, which was a great sign. And but you know, I got to know Ray a little bit, and his mother. And Ray Jr.'s mother, because we recruited Junior. And terrific player, terrific guard, and you know, I'm happy for the success he's had there. You know, this is a league that just went to the national championship game the last 2 years, and so it's a very competitive league.
When you were recruiting Ray, did you figure there was a good chance he'd lose him to his father? Or
Yes, yeah. We didn't put all our eggs in that basket because, you know, it's we thought that there was a great chance he'd stay and play for his dad.
Did that hurt less when you knew to recruit that way?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
I'm curious, heading into the tournament, do you normally have a feeling as to how well your team is going to do? And how often is that feeling correct?
I don't know how well we're going to do literally, you know, during pregame warm-ups or you know, right before we talk to them to go out there. I think that's one thing about coaching that you know, that you realize over time. Pregame shoot-around, whether you make shots, whether you miss them, whether you're focused, whether you're not, a lot of times has no bearing or impact on how you play that night. Sometimes it does, but it's hard to predict. But I do like our guys' attitudes, and I do think that even though I was very displeased with how we guarded and our attention to detail against Baylor, I think that could be a very good thing for us. You know, losses are okay if you learn from it. And, you know, it seems like to me with this team, when we haven't performed well and we've lost, we've kind of rallied around that. Hopefully we'll do the same thing and correct some things that are correctable to make us a much harder team to face in the tournament.
Well, the subject of respect from a league standpoint usually comes up at this time of year. Does the fact that 6 in the Big 12 are in please you?
Oh, yeah. I was excited when Texas got in. Even our players clapped when Texas got in. So I think that was great. They deserve to be in. You know, you could make a real strong case that Missouri record and their performance throughout the course of the year would warrant a number 1 seed. You could make a strong case that Baylor, be honest with you, if you take away just 3 or 4 performances, you know, they've been in the top 10 all year long. They could possibly be a 2. But to be honest with you, whenever you have 6 teams out of 10 from your league make it, and you got a 2, and a 3, that the committee showed us some respect. So I don't think anybody in our league would be displeased with that.
Coach, how much of the tournament is about matchups other than seeding or location where you're playing?
I think the tournament's everything about matchups. I don't even know if location makes a huge difference, other than, you know, you don't have to possibly get on a plane that we talked about earlier, but maybe a little bit easier travel accommodations. But I think the seeding is irrelevant now. It's all about lining up and playing, and you know how the other team plays. You know, could certainly be something that could be beneficial to you, or it could be hard for your team to guard or figure out.
What did you think would happen when you came here today?
Knew we'd probably meet around 6. I knew I'd eat barbecue. No, when I came today, I mean, I knew we were going to have a ball signing deal, signed 400 balls at 1:30, and I knew we were going to practice for an hour and 10 minutes, and I really knew we'd be a 2 seed. I just didn't know where. So it was really interesting to me that I thought we would be in the Midwest, though, immediately, because, you know, Kentucky went south, and a lot of people thought Kentucky could go to St. Louis. So, you know, that was an interesting deal. Even though we were the last ones on the bracket, I think everybody at our table kind of predicted that us in Missouri we were going to be the 2s in the West and the Midwest.
Did you have to tone down the players' expectations coming into the draw before it happened?
Like being a 1 seed?
Maybe they thought they would be top seed?
Oh, no, I told them we blew that. You know, I mean, if we were going to be a 1 seed, then there would have been much surprise in their minds, because I told them we blew that by not performing better in Kansas City, which in all honesty we did. I mean, that's not being negative, that's a fact. We had a chance to be a 1 seed, we were on the 1 line, all that stuff. We need to play better against Baylor, and we didn't.
Does that explain the lack of reaction? Even the CBS guy was saying.
No, that's not true, because because I watched it, our guys, like the camera's on me right now, and they said start clapping, and we're not even up yet. So our guys, they didn't know what to do. So when we actually heard it on TV that we were whatever, the guys were excited, but that was all fluff until then. So our guys were excited. You can ask Ty and Connor that, but they were excited. It's just the fact that the timing was off, and what they showed, and when they showed us on TV, the bracket hadn't even come up yet. So it's hard to be excited if you don't know.
Bill, it is an offer that all 3 D1 schools in the state of Kansas are in the NCAA tournament. Not hearing that, what comes to your mind?
Well, it's a good state for basketball. You know, I'm happy for K-State and Frank, without question. I think that they're very deserving, and if I'm not mistaken, 8, is that right? Yeah, very deserving. And Wichita State a 5, and very, very, very deserving. So, you know, I even heard people say Wichita State they thought would, you know, have a path to play the number 1 seed, and they may very well. They got a really good ball club. But, you know, when you stop and think about if you're going to add the seeds together, and I don't know if you can really do this, because, you know, what states in the union, if you had 3 teams make it, the best 3 teams, you'd add them together and you'd get, you know, less than 15 in the 3 seeds. So that speaks pretty well about, these guys are laughing because I'm a numbers guy, but that speaks pretty well about, you know, the quality of ball in the state.
Along those lines, any reaction to Perry Ellis getting number 4?
Yeah, it's awesome. I haven't talked to Perry personally. I know it was a great game, and Fondas gave us updates of what was going on. But yeah, for anybody, you know, I asked Ty the same question. Ty, you won 4, didn't you?
Yes.
But he had really, really, really good players around him. No, I'm joking. But Ty won 4 at St. Anthony's, and Perry winning 4. It just doesn't happen very often. And only lose 2 games, is that right, in his high school career? About 3 games in his high school career. So it's 97-3. That's remarkable. So, and it was a great game. But for him to play so well down the stretch was, you know, that bodes well for us too.
Did you get extra juice at all playing in Omaha, considering that's where the run of the championship started in 2008?
I don't. You know, I'd probably get a little extra juice. I like that. You know, us in Missouri, it'll be interesting to see how we handle that because, you know, if you remember in 08, us and K-State were up there together. And you know, that's one time that our league really kind of bonded, and we cheered for each other, which was good. Can't really see that happen. You know, 2 different leagues, I guess. Now, I guess Missouri is officially out of our league. But you know, the thing about it is, you know, in all seriousness, I thought Missouri played exceptionally well this weekend. I didn't get a chance to see all the games, but I thought they were a really, really good team. And they had some individuals play at levels that was probably about as high as anybody's played in that tournament ever. So you know, they're very deserving, but it will be interesting. We do get to be with Missouri one more time, and they, I'm sure, are very much looking forward to sharing a venue with us. But I think that doesn't really mean much, but certainly adds a little bit of I don't know, talked to already a pretty event-filled weekend that will exist.
Coach is Omaha, KU town.
You know what, hey, I'm a numbers guy, and I got numbers, I got stats, but obviously not anybody believes what I read, but so I really don't have any idea about the number of KU alums versus Missouri alums in the city of Omaha, or within a 5-county area. I have absolutely no idea about that, nor do I really care, to be honest.
All right, Coach, thank you.